Hello, this is another video on the I Don't Know YouTube channel. And since college basketball is starting tomorrow, um I'm gonna release a couple videos. This video, which will be the top 100 NBA prospects video, and then hopefully later a video about some of the teams in college basketball being ranked before the upcoming season. And I'm gonna try to get these out before the season starts. Today, I guess, because it's 12:30, November 3rd right now. So I didn't get all the prospects I really wanted to look at before this upcoming season, but I got to most of the ones uh, that you would see on a top 100 prospects for the 2026 NBA draft or whatever. I know Elijah Arenas is the big one I missed, and there were a few that I don't really see on lists that I really wanted to see because I don't think most of these players I have on here are on lists probably. Because I don't only pick freshmen. I just pick the best players. As long as they're not super old, I would draft them. But I would draft seniors and juniors and redshirt seniors and all that. So my list will look a little different, and I'm not as focused on stats and analytics more than how they play, which I'm sure other people are too. It's probably not too special, but um, my list is gonna look a little different. Um, but anyways, so at 100, I have T.O. Barrett as a guard from Missouri, and he didn't really get a lot of playing time last year. I don't know how much he'll get this year. I think I have him cracking the rotation in at Missouri, but he can handle the ball, he can get by people, but his big thing is his defense. He moves really well on defense. He plays hard, but just how he moves when he closes out on people, when he's jabbing at people while he's guarding them on ball, and the way he moves around laterally on ball and off ball, side to side, the way he jumps, he covers a lot of ground, and he's a good player. So 99, I have Aiden Sherrill. He's a physical stretch four who plays hard on Alabama. Was there last year, got PT, and I think he should get more PT because they had a lot of players gone. But he's athletic. He's more of an outside play. He can finish around the rim some, but he's more of just a stretch four. Reese Potter at Kentucky. He can stretch the floor. He's a power forward slash center. He's really physical. He plays really hard on defense. Has good ball pressure. He can really shoot. He can post up some. He's probably down here because he's not as strong as some of the bigs above him, but he's a good player. Alright, so at 97, Zachary Davis from Memphis. I heard he was supposed to be a point guard in the transfer portal. I don't know about all of that. I think his best position is actually as a stretch forward, the power forward. He's physical. He can shoot. Even though his percentage might not be the best, he'll shoot it. He can drive by people to some extent, not as well as I thought he could, but he's physical. He defends well. He's a good player. Tomislav Ivicic, and that's the brother of Illinois who stayed at Illinois. And he can shoot. He's physical. He's a solid big. Mohamed Sankey, Vicky Claremont. And I'm not sure if that's where he's playing this year, but that's where he played last year. And he was on the FIBA U18 or U19 this past summer. The one AJ Diabonta and Kel Brown and all of them played in. He was on the French team they played against. And he's a solid big. He might not be the tallest height-wise, if I remember right. But he's physical. He can post up. He's a good post-up big. So, 94 Cade Phillips is a strong physical big. Can score inside some, but his big thing is he's just a physical. He's a physical big. Rebounds, boxes out. Like I said, has a good touch. Defends pretty well at Tennessee from the perimeter for a big man. So, 93 J.D. Estrella, who is basically like KD Phillips, but to me a little bigger, a little stronger. Defends pretty well for the outside. Probably not as well as KD Phillips, but he's just more physical. So 92. Evangelos Zugris, who is coming from overseas, going to play at Louisville. Undersized for a power forward, but super physical, plays super hard on defense. Super hard physical defense. He's just a super physical player on his box outs. Really doesn't shoot the ball that much at all. He's undersized, but he makes the right plays. He just plays super hard on defense and super hard on the boards. 91 Dash Daniels. I know he's a lot higher on other people's boards. He moves really well. I think with the ball in his hand, I think he's got to tighten his handle and his dribble moves to be higher on this list for me. He has a lot of potential. He's younger than a lot of guys on here, but I don't think he's polished out enough to me to put higher than this. Jalen Reed at LSU. Reason he's this low is because he's not as physical as he really needs to be, probably. But he's very skilled for his height, his ability to get by people. Not even really much of a post-up guy as much as he drives by people from the perimeter. So he's a really good player. 89 Jacoby Gillespie. I thought Tennessee did a really good job of replacing, and I can't even think of their last guard they really had, but their small guard, it was really good all over the place. He's not that guy, but he's not as good as him. But he's a solid guard. He knows how to run the offense. He doesn't play as hard as that last guard they had. But he's good at driving by people, good at running an offense, has good hands. So Jacoby Gillespie is a good player for Tennessee. 88 Braden Smith also knows how to play the point guard, good at hitting shots in the mid-range, good defender. Braden Smith's a really good player for Purdue. 87 Ben Gold from Marquette. He's just a big, strong stretch four. Can finish inside. Plays hard on defense, plays well. He's really physical, underratedly strong. So, Ben Gold's a good player. Ruben Prey from St. John's plays really hard on defense. Can shoot it. I don't think he shot it that much or that well at St. John's last year, if I'm not mistaken, but he can shoot it. And can score inside some, but the main thing is he's gonna play hard on the outside. It's gonna be physical. 85 Patrick Gongba. If I do this list again, before the draft, he could go way up it because he just wasn't that aggressive last year. But he has the potential to be a really good player. But he just didn't do a lot for Duke, and I just like to see more out of him until I put him as high as other people are putting him right now. But he's got the potential. When he does post up, he's very strong. He has a nice touch. And I think on my draft board, I had him really high going into last season, but to me, he's got to be more aggressive to be a higher draft pick, but definitely could be wrong. But 84 Oscar Clough, he is transferring to Purdue from, I want to say something like South Dakota State or something like that, and he can finish with both hands, I think, in the post, and he's physical, not the tallest, I don't think, or biggest, but he's a solid, skilled, physical big, and he'll help out Purdue a lot. 83, I got Jackson Kohler from Michigan State. Another physical big. He can shoot the three, plays well on defense for his size, and he's a good player. So, he's a lot more physically imposing than a lot of the bigs that I've said so far, and that's why he's this high. Cameron Sheffield, he's a power forward, plays really hard on defense, and that's the main reason why he's this high, because he's not that big, but he's physical and he just plays super hard. I want to say he could shoot, but he didn't really get a lot of time at Duke. But if he does, which I think he'll get more this year, I think he's a really good player. Lucas Atari, or I don't know how to exactly pronounce his name, but he's from Cincinnati. I want to say he's a freshman, but he's a young player. He's coming from overseas. Can get by people, can shoot the ball. He's a solid player. He was getting by people at a pro level. And he could really shoot it, and I'm sure he'll become a better defender getting in the Cincinnati system. And I got him at 81. 80, I got Jaden Queens. I know he's supposed to be, one of the best players, but he's really good. He can defend the perimeter really well. And he's big and he's strong and he can finish inside, and he has some ball handling ability, but it's not enough to really get by people consistently. I don't know. I just like the players I have in front of him better. If it was freshmen, or, I know he's like 18 years old. If it was off of youth, I'd probably have him higher, but I like a lot of people better. Michael Nwoko transferred to LSU from Mississippi State. He's a lot better than I thought he was when I watched the tape this past year. He's undersized, but he's really physical. He can score inside. He's a good, solid big. Muhammad Wagyu from Oklahoma is super physical, plays super hard on defense. He's a really good player. The reason he's this low is because when he finishes, he exposes the ball a lot, which, he can finish, and he dunks the ball. He finishes strong sometimes, but even on his layups, he can finish, but it's like he has less capabilities than the people above him usually for finishing, because he doesn't do the little half hook. He puts the teardrop right in front of his face a lot, so he's a really great player, though. I like his game. 77 Kenai Russo, I want to say is a sophomore at Louisville. Big power forward, defends well, can shoot, can dribble, get by his defender as a power forward, good size to be able to do that. Really good player at Louisville. Plays really hard and physical. Cedric Loth, or Lath, I think Loth, but I'm not sure, from Houston. Really big player. Plays really hard, physical on defense. Just plays really, really hard. The thing that has him this low is he's a little clumsy, makes a few mistakes, turnovers, or just bad plays. But, I would look for him to get more minutes this year with Francois and another big leaving Houston. I can't remember his name. But, anyways, they lost a couple of their bigs, and he should get more playing time, and I think he's a really good player. 75 Tremont Mark. I really like Texas this year. I think they're going to have a great defensive team, and their offensive system is going to get better. I think Tremont Mark is a really good player. He has the potential to be even better than this, but he can get by his defender. He can shoot. He can run an offense. He's just a really, really good player, and older, has experience. So I would have Tremont Mark this high. 74 out of JoJo Tugler. Can score in the post more now, and obviously just a great defender on the pick and roll, outside with ball pressure, inside super physical. Houston's most physical team I've seen last year, and I would think going into this year. So JoJo Tugler at 74. 73, Isaac Bryce. Didn't get a lot of playing time last year. I would hope would get more playing time this year for Portland State. He's a physical defender. A lot of ball pressure on the outside. Just one of those players that just is running around the court fast as he can all the time, and his defensive slides to get into different positions in man defense, and he's physical. He posts up some, even if he really doesn't get the ball. He boxes out hard. He's just a really great defender, and just an energy guy, just all over the court. He gets on the outside. He doesn't really shoot, but he makes sure he swings the ball as fast as he can, helps out the offense. I really like Isaac Bryce. 72, Omer Meyer from Purdue. Saw him at Nike Hoop Summit. To me, he's the best, unless I'm forgetting something. He's probably the best passer in the upcoming draft. And people probably have him higher than this because he's a freshman. But he's a really good player. Can get by people some, but to me, not well enough to be any higher on this list. But I really like Omer Meyer and think he'll help Purdue a lot this year. 71, Malik Brown. He's probably not as physical as he wanted to be sometimes. Plays around maybe too much with his box outs, but he's physical enough to be on this list. But he's a super physical defender as far as like the ball pressure and everything. One of the best ball pressure defenders in the whole draft. And that's the main reason why he's here. He's a decent passer, but his ball pressure from the perimeter and from the post especially from the perimeter, is really good for a power forward. Yeah, Kareem Lopez, I know people have him really high, and he's good. He's good. I want to say this is his first year of draft eligibility, so he's basically a freshman. But to me, he doesn't do enough with the ball yet to be any higher than this. But he has good size. He can get by his defender in the NBL, which is, to me, more valuable in the NCAA. And so he has the ability to play make. As far as getting by people, I think he's a decent passer as well. can score a little bit, but to me, I can't put him any higher than this. I don't think he's as skilled enough or just as good as getting by people to put him any higher than this. Greg Jones, power forward from American, that's 69. Not the biggest guy, but he's super physical, great on-ball pressure, can get by his man on defense, can shoot. Greg Jones is a really good player for American. 68, Malik Moore. He can play the point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward to me. He's not that tall, he's not that big, but he's super physical, can get by his man, even though his dribble moves aren't the most as conventional or standard or whatever. It looks a little different, but he gets by his man and he plays super hard on defense and very physical. So Malik Moore. 67, Darion Reed for Oklahoma, probably going to have a bigger role this year at Oklahoma. Physical forward, can play the small forward, the power forward. And he can drive. He can shoot some. He's got a good frame. Probably could be a little more physical, and that would move him up more, but I really think Darion Reed's a good player. His former teammate, Jaron Stevenson, also left Alabama, went to UNC. He can dribble by his man a little bit. Definitely more of a power forward to me than Darion Reed, but he's a little taller, a little more consistently physical, more of a shooter than Darion Reed. So he's a stretch forward, he can put the ball on the ground a little bit. It's physical. He's worked on his body over the years, I feel like, and he's more physical, good player. Otega Oweh. I think Otega Oweh sometimes looks like one of the best people in the draft, but to me, he doesn't handle the ball consistently enough to be any higher than this. He's got to work on his ball handling, but he went to the NBA Combine, and I think that'll help him, and I think he's a good player. 64, I got Boogie Fland. For Boogie Fland to be higher on this list, I think he'd have to be more aggressive. He's really good at the point guard thing, and when he wants to get by people, he's really good at it, but to me, he doesn't take enough chances by himself. 63, I got Donovan Dent, transferring to UCLA from New Mexico. Really good player, can get by people, he's quick, he can finish pretty well. Had a good game against Marquette last year in the NCAA tournament. Got Donovan Dent. Sean Jones Jr., Mississippi State. Athletic, good ball pressure, can handle the ball some. I think if he were a better finisher, he would be higher on this list, but really good player. Felix Paro from Tennessee, really good defender, really physical, good finisher, athletic, really good defender on the post, on the perimeter. Can score the ball some, but more just a defender, physical guy, so he's a good player. Good player for Tennessee. Henry Visar at North Carolina this year. Big, strong guy. Physical, finishes the ball well. And, I think he's just a solid big, good big. Thomas Huff from Florida. Power forward. Not the tallest, but you can get by people from the perimeter, shoot the ball from the perimeter, physical down low. A lot of people from Florida, they're good at, you bring the ball down low, they'll swipe it out, get the turnover. He's a really good player, so Thomas Huff. Milos Uzan, good point guard. He knows how to run an offense, can dribble by people, been in the NBA Combine. He's I think he improved a lot when he went to Houston, and he just knows how to run an offense, great defender. Like I said, can get by people. Maybe can't get by people enough to be any higher on this list, but I think he's a solid NBA prospect. Marcus Johnson, Kansas State, transfer from Bowling Green. I think he's a big physical guy. Can score the ball from the inside, can shoot, has some perimeter moves for his size. He's a lot like DJ Burns, kind of, but not as good. And he's like DJ Burns also because he's not as mobile. I think that's what hurts him putting him this low, because on defense, he has trouble guarding people in the post and definitely the perimeter because he doesn't move around as well as you would like him to. But if you can find ways to hide him, I think he could be a real problem for teams, even in the NBA. Possibly. He has the potential to be that. Obviously, he's 57, and I wanted to get to more players, but yeah, he has potential. PJ Haggerty, Kansas State. I think he just gets downhill. He's a guy that's really good at getting downhill. Did some of that at the NBA Combine and did it at Memphis. He's just gonna get downhill, and to me, that's maybe the most valuable thing for a guard. Bennett Sturts from Iowa knows how to run the offense. When I was thinking of Omer Meyer and he's the best passer, Bennett Sturts will be one of the guys that's close to that. And he probably knows, I don't want to say it because I just don't remember everybody, but he's up there, if not the best, at just running an offense and knowing how the plays work and knowing how everything goes. And Bennett Sturts is really good at that, can really shoot. One of the best shooters in the draft, hits a lot of one-legged shots like a LaMelo Ball or something like kind of the floaters and stuff, like 3 one-legged floaters and stuff. Really good player. Modest Vokitatis, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he's going to Texas. He's from Florida Atlantic, who kind of disappointed to me last year, but he's a really good player, can get by people. Can get by people from the outside, like can dribble, and he's physical on the inside, can score. I think he's gonna help Texas a lot. Alex Condon, Florida, he's a big center, and he can dribble from the outside and get by people. Can score on the inside. Like I said, at Florida, they're all good at swiping the ball when it gets down low. So he's a really good player. So Daniel Jacobson, I want to say is like 7'4" or something, so he's a lob threat. He's physical enough to be this high. Purdue, they're really good at coaching you up to be physical. I think his finishing ability is enough to be this high on the draft board. It's just hard to guard someone 7'4". Ethan Berg, he's an overseas player coming to Tennessee, and he's good. And at the professional level, was able to get by people, was able to be a real offensive threat, and to me that's very valuable. I think he's a really good player. 50, Elliot Cadeau at Michigan. Transferring to Michigan from North Carolina. He can really get by people. He's an athletic finisher for his size. I don't know how much of that you'll see at the NBA, but I think it'll help. I don't know I don't know if it'll be as visible as it is in college, but I think his ability to jump and finish high will really help him if he becomes an NBA player. It's a Seth Trimble, North Carolina. I think he doesn't get downhill as well as Elliot Cadeau, but he defends better and he finishes better. As far as he's better at jumping and using his body better than Elliot Cadeau on his finishes. So he's a really good player. 48, Carter Knox. I thought he improved a lot last year at Arkansas. At first, I thought he was a power forward that they were running plays for, and they shouldn't be running plays for him, but because he's not that good, but got a lot better throughout the year, got the ability to drive the ball past his man well, and I think he's, a good undersized 4/small forward. He's super athletic, finishes really well, can shoot the ball some, so he's a really good player. 47, his teammate Trayvon Brazile. Hopefully he'll be more aggressive this year to me. He can get by people. He can score from the post. He can shoot. He can play defense. He's got a great height to do all these things. I just wish he was more aggressive, and that's why he's this low. 46, Silas DeMary Jr., transferred to UConn from Georgia. I think the draft prospects kind of level up at this point. He's got good size. He can get by his man. He's got a good attitude. He can score. I mean, at the college level, and I think possibly the NBA. I know people are really high on him since he's going to UConn, and maybe that's right. But I still think there are a lot of guys better than him that I've seen so far. But he's a really good player. He's a really, really, really good player. Going to help UConn a lot. DJ Wagner at Arkansas. It's really fast. I feel like he's gotten a lot better since he's been at college. Very fast, very explosive. I think maybe his creativity with the ball has to be a little bit better to be ranked higher than this, but I think he's a really great player. He's just good at, he can get by people breaking him down, but also off the catch, just taking it and going one or two, possibly three dribbles to the basket. That's his thing. Defends well, runs an offense pretty well. So Terrence Brown, Utah, transfer from FDU, and just really great at getting downhill, getting by whoever he wants, and that's pretty valuable to me. Nigel Pack, Oklahoma, transfer from Miami. Gets by people well, defends really well, can shoot the ball. I think he had some injury problems with Miami last year, and that hurt them. So he's a really good player. And this thing's going crazy. Josh Hubbard from Mississippi State. Really good at getting by people. He's small, but he can really shoot the ball. He can control a game just by hitting shot after shot after shot. He plays defense pretty hard. He might take some plays off like a lot of star players do, but when he wants to play defense, he can really play defense. And he's just great at getting by people, going and finishing. Being able to get space to get a shot off. He's a really good player. Todd Pettiford at Auburn. I think just his creativity with the ball is better than Josh Hubbard's. Probably a little bit bigger size. He can really shoot the ball, and he can really get by people, and I think going to the NBA Combine will help him. And he's just a good player. Jalen Lowe transferred to Kentucky from Pittsburgh. Was taught about possibly going to the NBA draft last year, but he didn't. Just great at getting by people. He's a lefty, and he's a good finisher, good shooter. Really, really good player. Really good player. 39, Devin Royal from Ohio State. Big, solid frame. Good at getting by people, physical, really good defender. Ohio State was a really good defensive team last year, and they kind of disappointed overall. I think Devin Royal has a really good game. 38, Melvin Bell Jr., San Jose State. Played at La Lumiere last year, who I thought had more talent than their success. Or they at least had a few guys that had a bunch of talent. And he can get by people. I don't think he's physical enough to be a power forward, but his crossovers and his athleticism, his speed, I think he can get by people pretty well. So Darius Adams, Maryland, was going to UConn. Another La Lumiere guy, could get by people, can shoot, can really shoot, catch and shoot, and I think he'll do really good at Maryland. John Mobley Jr., Ohio State, has great range, can really shoot, can get by people. They had Michi Johnson last year. He's gone. I think he'll get more PT because of that, and I think it'll pay off. He'll help Ohio State a lot. And it's just hard to guard someone that can shoot from the logo pretty consistently. So he's tough. Keyshawn Fisher was an overtime elite, and I want to say RWE. And now he's playing for Detroit. I think he's just a big guy that has the ability to get by people. He gets downhill. He can shoot the ball. He can get downhill. And at his size, I just think that's very valuable. Chuck Love III, another Lumiere guy, can just get by people pretty well. And I think he's going to translate to the next level at Loyola Chicago. Obviously not being looked at that much, but to me, he just moves really well and has the ability to get by people. He could get down into a post-up once he gets down to the block, but I think he's a really good player. Mikael Brown Jr., Louisville, again, can get by people, has good creativity on ball when he's dribbling, and good shooter. He's undersized, but he's still a really good player. 32, Johan Sissoko was on that French team in the U19 or U18 or whatever. Maybe 19. It might be 19. I don't know. But he's, like I said, he was on the French team. Could get by people, has good size, better size than Mikael Brown Jr. Maybe not the creativity on ball as Mikael Brown Jr., but that size just helps him get downhill better, can shoot the ball, defends well. He's a good player going to Florida Atlantic this year. As a freshman, I'm pretty sure. Scotty Ibube, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Going to North Carolina State. Transfer from Wyoming. Really physical, can post up, score. He's an undersized power forward, but he's just a super physical guy that plays really hard. So I got him at 31. 30, Kwame Evans Jr. Can shoot the ball, can dribble, get by his man, can post up. Just a really good player out of Oregon. Corey Stevenson, transfer from Cal State Bakersfield to Florida International University. He's just a really good player. Good creativity off the ball, good size, can hit the mid-range really well. I really think Corey Stevenson's a really good underlooked at player. So Nicholas Kamania, Duke. I don't think he really gets enough attention. And can get by his man, can shoot. I don't understand why he didn't get as much playing time at the FIBA U19 or whatever. He's strong, got a big frame. I think he's a good player. Mark Mitchell, small forward, power forward at Missouri. Really good player, can get by his man really well. Just great athleticism, great physicality, can post up. Mark can shoot, improved so much when he came from Duke to Missouri as far as his ball handling and his scoring and everything. And Mark Mitchell's a really good player. 26, Keyshawn Murphy from Auburn. I think he handles the ball a little better than Mark Mitchell. And he can shoot the ball. He's probably a little stronger than Mark Mitchell. I don't know. Well, I don't know, but he's a physical big. He defends well. Probably defends better than Mark Mitchell. And I think he handles the ball better than him, and that's why I have him above him. Ade Mara from Michigan, just great lob threat. Just throw it up, he'll go get it. 7-something. I want to say maybe 7'3". But he's more physical than Daniel Jacobson. He's just a more consistent lob threat. Should have got more PT last year. Hopefully he does this year. Baba Miller, Cincinnati. Can handle the ball. Can shoot the ball. Probably one of the best off-ball defenders in the whole draft. He's just very... he does things the right way as far as, if you're going for a pass, stick out the inside hand to get the steal instead of the outside hand. He's very fundamentally sound on defense and can create his own shot. Really good player. Zuby Ejiofor from St. John's, a big physical guy, plays really hard on defense, and can post up. So I really like Zuby Ejiofor's game. 22, Jalen Haynes. Just bigger, more physical, better on. He's more creative on ball from the perimeter than Zuby Ejiofor. His defensive peaks are better than Zuby Ejiofor. The reason he's this low is because his conditioning. He can only go for so long, so his conditioning has to be better for him to be higher. But his strength and his post scoring and his defense, when he's on, he's a great player. Xavier Lee from Florida, transferring from Princeton. Great player, always makes the right decision, it seems like. Can get by his man really well. Great shooter. I love Xavier Lee's game. Isaiah Gaines, power forward / center from southeastern Louisiana. Power forward who can score some on ball, face up, can get by people, can post up, has a great mid range. He's physical. He's transferred from Radford, before that Florida Atlantic. Really good player. 19, Samis Calderon from Kansas, was at Overtime Elite last year. Just really good at getting by people, good shooter, good frame as far as like just a long athletic frame, and he could really play. 18, Keyshawn Hall from Auburn. He can post up, he can shoot, he can get by people. He's a really good player. And he got the ball a lot and often at UCF, took advantage of it last year, and I think he'll take advantage of it at Auburn. Good player. Matt Abel, NC State, can get by people really well, can shoot the ball really well, long, athletic, has the ability to be a great defender. So, love Matt Abel's game. Shauna Baev, Cincinnati, did great at the Nike Hoop Summit, will shoot the ball. He's not shy. He's going to shoot the ball. And he can get by people a lot better than you think he can. Long, athletic, good player. Eric Reeby, going to UConn. Physical big, he has some creativity on ball in the mid-range, stuff like that. Can post up. Really good player going to UConn. Trey Kaufman-Renn at Purdue, really big, physical, did a lot for his body last year compared to the year before, and they just force-fed him once Jacobson went down and even before, and he just uses his body really well, gets the shots off he wants, and he's a great player. Aaron Bradshaw at Memphis, he did a lot with his body since he came from Kentucky. Big physical guy, can score inside, can shoot, but he's just big and physical and a good defender and really good player. Hamon Musa from Cal Poly, transferring to Cal Poly from Dayton, didn't get a lot of PT at Dayton, but he's got a big frame. He can really shoot the ball. He can get by people, and I think he'll surprise people a lot this year. Love his game. Terrace Reed Jr. at Connecticut. I kind of hope he starts this year. He's just unstoppable down low. Just get on the ball. I think his defense, Dan Hurley helped a lot with his pick and roll defense, and it might not be to where Dan Hurley likes him, and that's why he had Samson Johnson in a lot of the time over Terrace Reed. But I think it's going to help Terrace Reed for the next level. He's getting looks at being drafted, and I think he's a great player. Dame Sarr, is just a really, really good player. Can get by people really well. Can shoot the ball really well. Just was one of the best players on the floor at the Nike Hoop Summit. And really love his game. And it's just smooth. Can pull up. He's a great player. He has overseas professional experience. Number 9, Malik Dia at Ole Miss. 6'9", but honestly, if you saw him, you'd probably say he's 7 feet, or at least to me, because I just think people that are super big sometimes look taller, because he's got a big frame and just really muscled up. Can get by people from the perimeter. Unstoppable in college down low. Great defender. Really athletic. Malik Dia is a great player. Ian Jackson. From St. John's, and was at North Carolina the year before. Just gets by people really well. Great defender, can really shoot the ball. Underused at North Carolina, honestly. To me, he was the best player. So, I love Ian Jackson's game. Darren Peterson at Kansas. Love Darren Peterson's game. Can really get by people. Can really shoot the ball. Saw him play against AJ Diabansa, a replay. And, he just wouldn't miss, got to the basket, got whatever he wanted versus AJ Diabansa. So, he's a great player. Cohen Carr, probably the most athletic freak I've ever seen in the NBA draft in a really good way. Just on-ball defender, or off-ball, covers a lot of ground sometimes. He could jab between the guy who has the ball and his man and get back in time. Just the best jumper I've ever seen. You could just throw it up from anywhere. Can play the center. He's physical. Can play the shooting guard probably. He can get by his defender to a certain extent. He's a great player. Great player. Big, strong. Tallest Salak, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. He played at 88 Blowis Basket 41 last year. I think that's where he's playing this year. Don't know for sure. He was in the U19 FIBA, on the French team, and just his ability to get by people is crazy. He just has he's really great at dribbling out to the side so far that he's got a great lane in front of him. Just super athletic, great finisher. To me, he's very underrated. Really good player. 4, I got Javon Porter from Missouri, and he's a transfer from Loyola Marymount, if I'm not mistaken. But to me, he plays just like Michael Porter Jr. He probably takes too many shots from 3, but he can get by his man to some extent. His ball handling is it needs a lot of touching up. But at the same time, he's 7 feet, and he can handle the ball, and he can get by people, and he's physical, and he can score inside, and he can score outside. And I love Javon Porter's game. I think he's very underlooked. David Merkovich going to Illinois next year. Was from overseas. To me, he's like a baby Jokic. He scores inside. He can handle the ball. He can really shoot. He's physical. Probably you want him to be a little more physical in his box house. Take him a little more seriously, but he's definitely physical enough. And he's a good player. Very skilled on the inside. Skilled on the outside. Getting by his man. And did it at an overseas level. Really love his game. So these are the top 2 I got. I got Tunde Yesufu from Baylor. And then I got AJ Diabansa from BYU. Tunde Yesufu plays exactly like Anthony Edwards to me, as far as like from a high school level. And he can just get by his man. He's great in the mid-range. He can hit the 3. He's great at getting his own shot. His size is amazing. I don't get why Darius A. Cuff and guys like that are put above him, because you just see his size and his physicality, and they can't mess with him, really. Just great shooter, great at getting his own shot, very competitive. He's a good player. AJ Diabansa at BYU, going to BYU, or at BYU. I thought he was if he went out last year, he would have been the second best player from last Nike Hoop Summit. So he's just great at getting by people. Right behind Cooper Flag. He's great at getting by people. Has great size. He's put on more size since that last Nike Hoop Summit. Great in the mid range. Some of the shots he hits, the spin shots in the mid post area, are incredible. His athleticism is incredible. His shooting ability is incredible. He's the best player, to me. And so that's it. That's my NBA draft top 100 prospects. We'll see how it looks in the future, but that's it now. Thank you for listening.